Peut-être tout ça. Ah,
I know what the buttons are. I am the button czar. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Variant Edition's new releases show. My name is Brandon. I will be joined eventually, not tonight, but next week. Here will be Danica, and it'll be like more centered around the two of us because that's how this usually goes. I'm going to try and make this one a quick one, which Stack seems to be helping me out with that because Danica will be ready for pickups at about 10 p.m. and I don't want to be late. I know it gives me about half hour after we usually stop to kind of like get things in order, but I don't want to take any chances. I'm excited for wife. Hi, everybody. So, this week at my Substack, I wrote a little piece on the current Marvel discourse and how people don't think Marvel has a really cohesive identity right now, and how they really kind of need to find some focus. I know that's sort of the general feeling. I do find that Marvel does have a bunch of different areas right now that I can focus particular people. So like, whilst nothing in particular is exciting everybody, something in particularly is exciting somebody in the line. And I think that's pretty healthy. I understand that people want the big buku books. But sometimes that's just not going to happen. And yeah. These good times. All right. Yeah, and a lot of their writers and artists have been moving over to DC and whatnot, and so, they're definitely having identity troubles in terms of like, I would say, a consistent vibe. But yeah. So that's over at my Substack, the indirectmarket.substack.com. And otherwise, it's been a pretty low-key week for comics and in general. And yeah, I don't think anything bonkers happened other than just sort of like solo house stuff, trying to keep things running. And I think I did a pretty okay job. Not everything was the way that I wanted it to be after all this, but like I think I did pretty okay. So we'll see. Anyways, we have something extremely exciting to top the pile today. It is this wonderful new graphic novel coming to us from the one, the only, Andrew Foley. That's right. Threads is a Foley led book. With Scott O'Brown also providing some story. Russell Hossain and Michael Shoykit doing art. And this is very exciting for us. We only have 8 copies of these from the Kickstarter. And you know what? My aim is to sell through these pretty quick. Only a limited amount of you folks can experience the full Foley experience. Threads. Phoebe and Devon Strand are sisters looking to break into the fashion industry. While Devon finds immediate success as a model, her sister Phoebe struggles to break in as a designer. They both face issues with Devon's sudden success until the girls discover an alien fabric that changes their fortunes, challenges their relationship, and tries to take over the world. As the tagline says, are you wearing it or is it wearing you? Sean's asking if they're signed. If you ask Foley nicely, he might sign and personalize it for you. I don't know what would happen if you asked him meanly. That's hard to say, truly. But this is extremely exciting, and it will be featured right up front alongside Mr. Foley himself, because the man's working tomorrow. We're all working tomorrow. Danica's going to be in as she self-proclaims as the office goblin. So that be that happening. Next up, we have the Tom King and Roberto Della Torre Penguin book. This is, of course, coming off of his appearances in Chip Zdarsky's Batman, where he set afoot a bunch of wild events. It is definitely a harder crime book. They are definitely doing this to be more in line with the upcoming HBO Max or Max TV show. And it is got your kind of like your Tom King stylings. So if you're looking for a good kind of DC crime, you got it right here. I was hoping to have been able to hit the mute button before I did that, but nope, that was not happening. Next, we have a couple new entries into the Fall of X with Realm of X, with Torrin Grombook and Devin Neves doing art, and then Jean Grey from Louise Simonson and Bernard Chang. These are tackling two different parts of the Fall of X. Realm of X is definitely dealing with some of the more, kind of the magical, mystical areas that they have. And, the amount of mutants that still exist. And Jean Grey delves back a little bit into her history with Louise Simonson, who has worked a lot with the character. So you've got sort of different areas of how her past is going to affect this future, and then just sort of like wild magic stuff with big old swords and swashbuckling and whatnots. It was real fun. Tyson saying, I think DC has a lot more leeway in terms of their relationship with their parent company. Having comics-friendly James Gunn head up DC Entertainment also helps. Disney seems like they're more burdensome than ever. Yeah, there's probably a big chunk of that. I do think that they're both experiencing similar situations, because DC is also dealing with the parent company that has been pretty rocky for the last little bit. But I think they are small enough that they're not being looked at that closely, and they're in a bit of a restructure for their movie stuff. So they've got that going for them, I guess. That wasn't a going for them. Yeah, they got that adversity going for them. It's real pull together the wagons moment there. And is that okay to say? I don't know. It's Wild Westy as heck. So it probably has some problems to it for sure. But yeah, I do think that DC as a line right now is definitely acting more cohesive and pushing towards a goal, except for like Night Terrors is weird in the middle of their heroes being aspirational kind of push. But these things happen. I don't like being solo because I need to blow my nose. Is this classic live stream stuff? Because like some people do like hours and hours of live stream, and they'll just be like, hey, we're just gonna heck off for a while, and they just put up like little Spanish flea and just that's the classic Variant Edition streaming theme song, by the way. That's how we started. When we started this show, it was called Pivot to Video, which is fun. I need to blow my nose. I'm going to come right back. That would have been a good idea. I didn't. All right, and I have you noted down for a threads, Sean. Very lonely headphones. All right, continuing this speed run. We've got all facsimiles, baby, including a super shiny Amazing Spider-Man 300 and a regular ass-looking Spider-Man 300 from Ted McFarlane, I believe is his name. Some kind of tour of the time. No one's heard from him since, really. And David Michelini. This is your first Venom, is what happens. Ha ha! Oh yeah, I remember that era. For those of you who are wondering and why this came up, back when I did a Final Order Cutoff show for The Beat, which I kind of have on extended pause. I have an idea for it to come back, but kind of more focused instead of buckshot and also not and also not putting a crimp in my Fridays, just like putting a big old stamp in the middle of it. One of the rules was if anybody wanted to ask me something off topic, they had to address me as Comics Daddy. And people did. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Also, it's like part of my Twitter handle. All right, next we have Marvel Unleashed. This is a new Pet Avengers style book being headlined by D-Dog, a brand new character who is extremely sweet. She is just the best, just trying to do good, and boy, does she stumble upon something wild. This is from Kyle Starks, who I absolutely love, and so you know that the getting's good with art by Jesus Herveus. I read this. I had so much fun with it. There's parts of it that made me sad. It features that classic Kyle Starks, like, here's some funny, here's some sad, here's a lot of heart, and here's a lot of action. Except with animals. Yay, it's real good. We have the brand new Immortal Thor from Al Ewing and Martin Coccolo, giving the immortal treatment to Thor was how it was sold to us. The solicitation made it sound like your standard length of Thor. This is actually pretty wild. There's a big wild thing that happens. My goodness. And Thor will, somewhat hyperbole, but honest to goodness, Thor will be challenged like he never has, with like some wild, large ideas. This is Al Ewing doing his big brain stuff, where he's just throwing out a lot of cosmic doodads and Jim Jams, and really hitting Thor hard in the mythology. Absolutely fantastic. I really like this take, and it looks like there's going to be another solid run in the makings from Al Ewing. Margaret, absolutely Marvel Unleashed. We will make sure that happens for you in your file. Next up, we have The Schlub from Kenny Porter and Ryan Stegman on writing duties with Tyrell Cannon on arts. This is from Kids Love Chains. The imprint done by Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman. Some of this has been on the Substack and has definitely been advertised on such. Here we got failing dentist Roger Dalton blames the world for his problems until he's body swapped with the world's greatest superhero. Can Roger save Earth and finally prove to his family he's not a loser? Or are we all doomed? Now, I have read this, and Roger's kind of a dick. He's a pretty bad person. And so, yeah, there's some world-saving stuff, but there's a whole lot of being a ding-dong in that one, which makes it fun. All right. That's comics, friends. We've got some graphic novels to talk about here. And at the top, we did talk about Andrew Foley's new release, Threads. You should come to the store and make him feel very uncomfortable by saying nice things about Foley. You can do that any week, honestly, but it'll be extra special if you buy a little piece of his work. I have read this. Andrew gave me a preview PDF before orders were due on the Kickstarter, and I threw money at the Kickstarter. I threw it real hard. It's real good. Robin and Batman from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Wynn, the creative team behind such awesome things as Little Monsters, Ascender, Descender, and soon more. Dick Grayson, the world's first sidekick, Robin, is just starting out with Batman, struggling to find his own path from his personal tragedy to being a superhero. Take an intimate look at the earliest growing pains of one of the legends of Gotham City in this gorgeous collected edition. There's a 3-part miniseries that explores the beginnings of Dick Grayson's crime-fighting career. It's a story about a boy thrust into darkness and struggling to find a light to guide him. He just wants to be a good boy. We have The Never-Ending Party from the dearly departed Rachel Pollack and Joe Corallo. 25 years after losing her lover Lulu in a cult ritual for Dionysus gone wrong, Mindy Morrow is trying to live her life and put her past behind her. Unfortunately for Mindy, the past won't let her go. While she's taking care of her friend Flavia, her frenemy Kate is trying to lure Mindy back into the old club scene, and something more ancient and terrifying awaits them all. This collects the original Comixology series in print for the first time. I like the art. And for anybody with a Amazon Prime subscription, if you dig around, that also nets you some free Kindle stuff, including Comixology Originals, so you can give us a little read if you want to before you buy. I always like to encourage that behavior. We've got the collected edition for Spy Superb, which, because it's Matt Kint, is very well designed. And there, you got some instructions on how to make a ninja star out of paper. Good job, Button. You've done it. And you got some dust jacket action, baby. Are you experiencing delusions of grandeur? Has the world failed to notice your genius? Is everyone you meet kind of a jerk? If so, you may be the next spy superb. It's John Wick meets Wes Anderson in this mystery thriller about a secret organization that's developed the perfect spy. Who is the perfect spy? A spy who doesn't realize that they are a spy, aka the useful idiot. This particular useful idiot is named Jay. Jay is sent on missions without even realizing he's on a mission, until he picks up the wrong phone with the wrong secret intel, and now Russian hit squads and elite assassins are after him. But Jay believes he was a sleeper agent and really is the spy superb. His complete obliviousness and lack of survival skills may be the only thing that saves him in this globe-trotting espionage tale, where nothing is what it seems, but also is kind of exactly what it seems. Is collected in a deluxe hardcover format with gold embossed foil, a ribbon marker, and craft paper like dust jacket that hides the book in plain sight. Good times. We have not a New York love story. The art on this is gorgeous, and Fair Square is doing this thing that I both love and don't like. They put a little synopsis on their spine. Now this one does have the title, which is good, but some of them have not. Beyond death and trauma, does love deserve an encore? She died. He did not get over her, but right now she is standing in front of him as if nothing happened, offering to take him on a journey through the key places of their romance. Is it a dream? A hallucination? Is he losing his mind? Pitched here as Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind meets Sixth Sense, and the art is superb. I'm just gonna show you anyways. Look at that. Kind of nice pastel look. Nice kind of in a peaceful setting and mindset. It's really cool. We've got the big old collection of Art Brut. This is, as it says here, presenting here the first major work from the creative minds behind Ice Cream Man, W. Maxwell Prince, and Martin Morazzo. Colorful gonzo romp through art and art history. But the world of fine art is falling apart, and only Art Brut knows how to fix it. Alongside the Bureau of Artistic Integrity, Arthur Brut, the mad dream painter, and his trusty sidekick Manny the Mannequin must dive back into the very paintings that made him insane, or reality itself might just crumble to pieces. Equal parts police procedural, hyper fantasy, and psychological thriller, Art Brut is a veritable Pollock splatter of comics genres. Comics genres tossed onto one giant pulpy canvas. Plus, each chapter features whimsical Silver Age style backup stories, revealing the painterly past adventures of our adult art hero. This is a hardcover. This is a nice kind of oversized hardcover. But for like $20 American, that's pretty good. That's like, well, truly, it's the price of like a 4-issue Dark Horse trade paperback right now. You get this big old hardcover. That's pretty good. And finally, we have X amount of comics, because quantity over quality. This is the somewhat unofficial 1963 follow-up. So 1963 was, as it says, well, I'll explain it back here then. Never completed and left for dead 30 years ago, comics history's most famous derelict masterpiece, Image Comics' legendary 1963 by Alan Moore, Steve Bissett, and Rick Veitch is finally given the unceremonious, irreverent, and completely unauthorized 72-page king-size annual climax everyone was promised but no one ever asked for. Avatars of the little comics group that could return in satirical form as avatars of avatars by the master of superhero parody Don Simpson, creator of Megaton Man and Splitting Image, and the original letter inker and logo designer for 1963. A comic for the ages that may finish off the Silver Age once and for all for sophisticated readers. And yeah, I am super interested in this because 1963 is bonkers, and has never and will never be technically properly completed. So I do want to see what a just off the wall bonkers version of a conclusion this is going to be. I'm very excited to chase that after doing a reread of some of the 1963 stuff, because the 1963 stuff is super bonkers. A lot of the facsimile stuff, the pages that Danica and I like to read, they've got fake versions of those in there too. So, all right, I'm gonna hopefully get this wrapped up real quick. Thank you all for this nice kind of short episode. Gives me some more time to sort of like get things prepped, get cats where they need to be, and then zip out and get Danica with no time to worry about her having to wait there forever. She doesn't have to wait for baggage. That's the pros of going on a trip where you can do laundry. It's good times. And yeah, let's get to this part here. All right, very quickly, we're looking through our magic mirror and we're seeing all of you wonderful people and saying thank you for being here, and I hope that you know that we are all here for you too. I see Bryce. Hello. I see Ben. Hi, Ben. I see Tyson. Hello, hello. I see Sean. Howdy. I see Margaret. Hey, Margaret. I see Thomas. And Thomas, you were right. Spy Superb was a lot of fun. All right. That is everything. I hope y'all had fun tonight. Danica will be back in this chair next week, barring anything super wild happening. And until then, we might see you in the store. We might see you around, or we might just be thinking about you while you're not around. All right, folks. Thank you all for being here once again, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.